to the
I
cloud.
know, sorry, if you
Good morning, afternoon, everyone.
Hi,
In
Jess.
a little
Good morning.
bit. Do you know what I
Costa.
really honestly
Good afternoon.
at the moment is I think
Hi, Jen.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I got in big trouble last week, Jen. I asked a couple of my colleagues who are much cooler than me if they knew of Crate Brewery, and I got shunned out of the room because apparently everyone knows of Crate in Hackney. So I'm apparently the only one that hasn't ever visited you. So
that's nice to hear. Well, we'll change that, don't worry.
and it was very good feedback. Everyone's like, yeah, of course we know Crate. It's an institution. I was like, all right, chill. I'm not from here.
Nice.
How was your long weekend?
Yeah, it was good. It was good personally, and then work-wise, it was our we didn't quite beat the daily record on Saturday, but we had a big Hackney Wick festival. So
nice.
all the bars in the area participate, and it's called the Queen's Yard Summer Party. And everybody gets a bit loose and does some dancing, and yeah, it was good. I think the staff were a little bit shell-shocked because it was the first big event of the year.
Yeah,
but everybody's recovering now, and yeah, all good.
lovely.
Yeah.
Anyone else do anything exciting over the long weekend? I went to see a couple of exhibitions. If you're in London, BBC Earth Immersive is incredible. It's absolutely beautiful. I went and saw that, and I went to the Tate to see the Australian First Nations exhibition. Again, absolutely incredible. If anyone's looking for something to do.
Costa here. During the extended weekend, I traveled to the middle of nothing, now surrounded by the sand in Abu Dhabi, enjoying the warm weather of 34 degrees in the room when outside is plus, I don't know, probably 45 million degrees.
Wow.
when you said the middle of nowhere there, Costa, I thought you might have been in Scotland. So Abu Dhabi's way better. I'm in the
But
middle
then
of nowhere right
then
now.
he started talking about the weather and obviously not
Like,
Scotland.
no, obviously not, yeah.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to get today's session started. So our normal housekeeping stuff, please do update your Zoom name to your name and your company. That way I can make sure all your attendance is marked off. The session is recorded. It's great to see your faces and have videos on if you can. If you're not recovering like the rest of Crate Brewery from their big weekend. But yeah, videos on is great. And we've got the PE sessions on Thursday. I'm so sorry I missed the in real life session last week. I wasn't feeling too well and I'm devastated I didn't get to meet you all in person, but I'm looking forward to meeting you all next time. And that's pretty much the housekeeping stuff. If you've got any questions for me, feel free to drop me a line during the session. I'll put my email and the Help to Grow email back on the chat as well. But happy Tuesday and welcome to, we've headed into part 2 of the course now, which is labeled Engaging with Customers. And this module is module 4, Vision, Mission and Values, which I'm sure a lot of you are going to enjoy. So I'm going to pass over to our facilitator lecturer today, Salman, who's going to introduce himself and get into the content.
I'll let people know in the calendar invite which site we'll be at.
Hi all, good afternoon. My name is Salman Tetik. I'm lecturing business and management at UWS. And it's good to see you today here. And hopefully it's going to be a good session for you and it's going to be productive because today's topic is very essential for the organizations, either it is small, medium, or big companies or big organizations. Fundamentally, we start with identification of the vision, mission, and the values of the organization. Hopefully, it's going to be very productive. So if you are fine so far, and I will start to share my screen, then we can slightly discuss the topic Can you see my screen? Actually, you can see my screen, but presentation file.
We
Okay.
can see you.
Okay,
Yes.
that's all good. All right, you already have the documents and the materials as it was mentioned before by Jess. So this is where we are now. This is part 2, and we are starting in part 2 with vision, mission, and values. And later on, you'll be having developing a marketing strategy. And in the last part and last session of this part, you're going to have building a brand as a case study. So in the end of this presentation, what you're going to have, let me try to explain. First, the learning outcomes of this session. First of all, we will be learning, even though you know in your daily life, you're going to have these words such as vision or visionary people, mission, and as the purpose, mostly we use it, and the values. But within the context of the organization, we will be learning what are the meanings of the vision, mission, and the values today. And the next thing, I think, is going to be another important outcome of today's session, and the relationship between business values and also its organizational culture and employee engagement. We will be looking into is there any relationship between the organizational values, organizational culture, and also as the outcome or as an impact on organizational or individual performance, such as employee engagement, job satisfaction, employee commitment, and so on. So yeah, as a knowledge, we will be having those things, but what are the skills that could be obtained as a result of this understanding? It will be helping us to recognize whether our business actions and communications reflect your purpose exactly or your values, even though you have some specific purposes in your mind, how well you're able to reflect your values on your organizational performance and organizational operations. And we'll be assessing in terms of the skills as well. Okay, so as an action, what we're gonna do, we'll be having some actions. Mostly, you're gonna have most of the actions in your peer session on Thursday. So, but let me tell you something on it. You will be having a vision development and vision statement writing session, and you will be having some plans to do this, and you're going to review it with your colleagues in the class. And you will be also working on some values, even it could be in your own organization. You already have some values, you will be drafting and working on those values, or if you think, and as a result of this session, you will be having some additional values to put on your own business, and you can be assessing it in your workshop session or peer review session. Okay, so we can start with the definition of those things. What are the meanings of this thing? Let me start with vision, mission, and values. What do you think about it? We use those words in our daily life. What's the meaning of the vision? And how does it come to you? In your mind, how can you define the vision? If you raise your hand and you can unmute yourself, and then you can express your opinion on vision. What does it mean to you? Vision statement or vision? It could be in any context. You can define it within the context of organization, or it could be within any context at the moment. Later on, we'll be shaping the definition of the vision.
Salman, Costa here, if I may, to share
Yes,
my
please.
example.
Yes, please.
So we found a quite vast inequality within access to financial services. Because, for example, the rights for a person born in Syria or Iraq, Iran, completely different to a person born in Canada in terms of accessing financial services.
Okay.
That's why we see this inequality. And based on that, I wrote down a financial services equality manifesto, which I see as the vision I want to handle during, 20 years of my life.
Okay.
As a mission, we're seeing that we want to combat this inequality. We want to build a borderless banking foundation to allow any individual or business, regardless of the country of their origin, to access fair financial services. It's not financial freedom, it is equal financial services access. That's the only mission I've got. And as values, we are seeing that it will allow people from a variety of geographies and jurisdictions to at least to get the right to have equal availabilities and capabilities to execute on their dreams.
Okay, so can I ask you something on this? Do you dedicate your organization to achieve this purpose? Equality, to access financial resources. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Two
so in terms of mission, this is your purpose, you say. Okay, thank you very much. Is that Costa, is that right? Am I pronouncing right?
Like Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, okay, Costa. Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else would like to say anything on this? No one? Okay, let me go ahead with the definition of the vision. Actual vision identifies what you want to do or where do you want to be in the near future. Okay, even though it is defined as a long-term objective of the organization, it also includes somehow a dream of the organization, right? What do you want to achieve? Okay, so because you are forming an organization to achieve some purposes, what purposes are those? If this is the business, mostly first, the profitability comes to our mind, but organizations are more than making profit, okay? As Costa defined, some purposes, these organizations identifies a gap, actually a need. Okay, this is inequality. There is inequality in terms of accessing some financial resources. How to cope with this matter? So you define a purpose, right? What is the meaning of that? In the long run or anytime, we will be providing an access to financial resources. Okay, this is the achievement that we are looking for as an organization. This is your vision. But it could be a challenging. What's the meaning of that? That should motivate not all the people, but as an organization, as a whole, that should motivate the organization to achieve it. That's why I'm saying it should include also a dream of the organization. On the other side, we have got also mission. What's the meaning of the mission? Mission identifies the reason of existence. When you ask this question, why do you exist? As an organization or as a person, you can ask this question to yourself. Why do you exist? The reason of being explains your mission statement or your mission. So Costa says that they define a big gap in the industry. Okay, the businesses are struggling to access the financial resources and their reason of existence to help them, to guide them in terms of being able to access the right resources regarding financial availability. So they exist for this purpose. This is your mission. And how to do this? In mission statement also, this is mentioned in terms of how will you do that? Let's say that the Toyota, what is the mission of the Toyota? Toyota's mission is to provide high-tech cars or to produce the high-tech cars. Or what is the thing? Or what is the mission of the Tesla? Why does the Tesla exist? And it defines itself by a reason to help people or to help the community. So it's the difference between them. Mission identifies the reason of existence. When you ask the question, why do you exist? You're going to have an answer from the mission statement. On the other side, we have got a vision. So what do you want to achieve? Or where do you want to be in the long run, in the near future? Where do you want to see yourself as an organization? On top of this industry, how? By creating high technology, by creating knowledge. Okay, so you need to satisfy a need of the people, because this is exactly the definition of the business. What's the meaning of the business? How do you define the business? Business is the process of satisfying human needs by providing goods and services within an economic system. Of course, in return, the business is expecting a yield. What is the meaning of this? This is a profit. Okay, you're providing something, goods or services or ideas or opinions, whatever it is. So in return, you're expecting an outcome. This outcome could be more than the profit. Sometimes the market standing could be a satisfaction of the organization. What else? Being innovative, for instance, or in terms of social responsibility activities, creating ethical outcomes, for instance, or employee satisfaction, employee engagement, or contributing to the local community or local government. So lots of things can be taught in terms of business outcome related to do this. At what point your organization will be identifying itself. This is the mission statement. And also, how will you contribute? The vision is going to help you to define your future and the achievements, you can say that. So if those are the mission and the vision, what are the values and how they help organizations? Actually, we'll be discussing all those things in terms of why are they important? Even you don't have anything in terms of mission or vision. Does it make you fail? Or is going to be only the way of being successful in your business? Now we're going to have a look at later, but let's define first the values. What's the meaning of the values? I mean, when you go over some of the websites of the businesses, you're going to say mission statement, vision statement, and the purposes, and also some values. What's the meaning of those values? And what is the function of those values? Those are the guiding principles, and simply we can define it. Guiding principles. So it means that these values will be shaping behaviors, attitudes, all stakeholders. What's the meaning of the stakeholders? Are those only the people have the stocks of the business? Are those people the owners? Who else could be stakeholder of the organization? Customers, employees, suppliers, competitors, what else? Local government, right? All these parts are the parts of stakeholders. So they can be influenced by the values of the organization because it defines the way of relationship between the stakeholders. The attitudes from employees, organizational members, it includes all the types of their roles, such as the managers, sub-managers, employees, right? So they are all in charge of managing relationship with the external stakeholders, such as customers, suppliers. So your behaviors and your attitudes are shaped by those values. Okay, so that's why they're important, okay? And simply we say that those are the guiding principles. Okay, let's have a look at one of the example here. What is this? iCare. This is the vision statement of the iCare. Our vision is to create a better everyday life for the many people, for customers, but also for our co-workers and the people who work at our suppliers. Simply first, it defines the stakeholders, where they're responsible for to serve or for satisfying their needs. Customers, co-workers, and the people who work at our suppliers. Simply defines it. Okay, so to create a better everyday life for the many people. So at any time means that it doesn't have to be within the next 5 years. or within next 10 years. At any time, they care about creating a better life. They would like to make a contribution to the life of the people with creative ideas and with creative approaches, as you have seen. It doesn't only define where they position themselves in the eyes of their customers, they also define how they want to see themselves in the eyes of their co-workers and suppliers. Okay, so this is the vision of the IKEA. And what is next? Here they define their business idea while their vision tells them why they exist. Actually, this is the mission. The vision does not say exactly why they exist, but their business idea tells them what they want to achieve. What they want to achieve exactly refers to the vision of the organization. And as another purpose of the organization, whoever visits IKEA, their business idea is pretty clear: to offer a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing product at prices so low that as many people as possible will be able to afford them. So this is exactly the mission of the organization. Why does IKEA exist? IKEA exists to offer a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing product at prices so low that as many people as possible will be able to afford them. So IKEA is not only the company operating in this industry, it also has some competitors. All the competitors or the big companies such as IKEA, they've got their own mission or reason of existence, but it is different from IKEA. IKEA's difference at this point is the purpose of their existence to offer a wide range of the well-designed functional home furnishing product at prices so low, and that as many people as possible will be able to afford them. So means that in terms of marketing and approach, in the next chapters you're going to see it. At this point, they will be defining a wide range of the customer and segmentation that they will be defining. Okay, what is next? Microsoft here. It is one of the best known company and one of the biggest one. What is their mission here? Their mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. So what we can see here, they're offering some product or services to the individual and also organizations as well. They've got some solutions for both at corporate level and individual level, as you have seen. A very wide scope in terms of achieving people. So this is the reason of existence for Microsoft, can say that. Okay, so yeah, this is another example coming from the Microsoft. Okay. I think you will be having the link for the website here, Patagonia. Let me try to outline the importance of those things: vision and the mission and the values. Even it's a small size business and organization, you are starting from scratch to build up an organization. But at the beginning, what do? Of course, you've got a purpose to make a profit, because this is the nature of the business. But on the other side, you need to also transform this business idea into an organization, a structure. Mission and the vision statements will be helping you to identify the direction of your organization. The values will be helping you on how to do this. Okay, that's why they're important. In strategy development process, after scanning environment and analyzing environmental factor, we set the direction of the organization. all the other purposes and objectives within the organization, such as profitability, productivity, innovation or innovativeness, market standing, employee performance, organizational performance. All the specific objectives come from the mission statement of the organization. That's why it is very crucial and essential to set the direction of the organization. Even in strategy development process, we use those vision and the mission as the primary step of the strategy development. And they will be also the values, as we have defined them, is the guiding principles. They will be shaping the direction of the organization with how to do question. Okay, how to do that. Understanding behaviors and attitudes of the organization as a whole to implement or to achieve vision and the mission of the organization. With the help of these values, organizational values, there's a new phenomenon. I don't know, have you heard it before? Responsible leaders. What's the meaning of that, the responsible leaders? So, as a word, being responsible in its nature or the definition, we think that all the leaders are responsible. But here, it has a slight or a different meaning of the responsible leadership. Let me, I don't know, is there anyone knows what it is? Patagonia. You know, what does it mean, Patagonia? I'm trying to share the web page. Just a second, please. I will be moving to another page.
You need a hand?
No, I'm fine. I'll
Okay,
be
great.
able to share it.
No worries.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Yeah, here. This is the website. You will be having it in your presentation file. This is the link where you're going to have it. So it shows here, as you have seen, the history of the organization, but they really care about some sustainability issue in terms of values of the organization. So how they started and how they manage supply chain. Okay, so here, there are some principles have been identified regarding social and environmental responsibility. Responsibility as a concept is taught in a more comprehensive form. It includes sustainability, it includes helping people, it also includes caring about the well-being and health concerns of the people. Not only this one, I think you see it in the supermarkets on some of the vegetables and also some fruits. What it says, fair trade. Fair trade is also related to this concern, responsible organizations or responsible or ethical organizations, somehow they say that. Here, let's see that. What's the meaning of that? Social, in terms of social and environmental responsibility, they can veto a decision to work with a new factory. This practice is rare in the apparel business and keeps them out of the factories. They don't share their social and environmental matters. Means that they are looking for the suppliers, they are looking for the intermediaries if they share the values with themselves. Okay, so otherwise they don't want to cooperate, they don't want to go in partnership or business solutions with any supplier or any partner. Means that they are being socially responsible. They also recruit and source quality staff. They work closely with their social and environmental responsibility team, and they hold a joint weekly meeting to make supply chain decisions. In supply chain decisions, they give a special importance to find the right and the providers regarding their values should be aligned with the organizations itself. That's why they have a specific team to look into this matter. Okay, let me go back to my presentation file. We are fine with this company. And yes, let me go. So what are the things in terms of practices this company is implementing? And since almost the born of this company, historically they gave 1% of their profit to preserve the environment. And also in 2022, they decided that will not give all profit to the fight climate change. And it's a new concern of all the world. But businesses are also engaging with these new problems. What is this? Climate change. And some of them are doing this in terms of social responsibility activity. On some of them, as a new concept, as you have seen here, responsible leadership. Here, the company is buying and fixing customers' own products through their worn wear program. Means that this is a recycling program. They think that they will be helping also to the planet and to the humanity with recycling the products, worn wear program. And they also try to provide transparent and open communication with the community regarding their manufacturing processes. Manufacturing processes are not only the raw materials or the semi-products or something else. Also, the people are involved in these processes, as you know. So abusing, for instance, employee rights. This is also a concern of the business world, and that should be in terms of responsible leadership. Of course, we are talking. If the organization claims that this organization has a responsible leadership understanding, that should be reflected in treatment of the people in that organization as well. And beyond that, Patagonia as a company cares about the conditions of the suppliers, values, and also their treatment to the employees. I remember Apple, for instance. Apple has more than 300 suppliers all around the world, and most of those suppliers are located in Asia. And they have been, I remember, when was that? It's 2 or 3 years ago. They have got a big supplier in China. Since the employee rights have been violated by the supplier of the Apple had been sued by the competitors and by the, I think, regulators in the United States. And they can't say that. No, it's only our suppliers. We don't care about their treatment or their approach to the employees and to the staff in that organization. If you've got such a big organization, and you need to take into consideration some of the values as well. So this is the part of a responsible leadership. And here another thing is about the minimizing the impact of their product processes on the environment. It's about using some chemicals, using some harmful inputs in production process. So that will be also a part of being a responsible leader in the industry. On the screen, you got also some news on Sky News and the BBC News regarding these organizations and the activities. For instance, Patagonia billionaire boss gives fashion firm a way to fight climate change. And this is the concern of this company regarding responsible leadership. So overall, if we define some of the principles in terms of being responsible leader, first, ethical business practices should be owned and should be implemented by the responsible leaders. What sort of ethical business practices we can talk about? As you know, mostly it could be many reasons to push businesses and sometimes implement unethical the ways in their processes, such as employee right violation or using some of the chemicals regardless of the health of the people, or falsifying the data, or misinformation, or manipulating the financial statements, for instance. These sort of things, they're all concerns of the ethical and the practices. In ethical business practice, the businesses are expected to be providing the right information, so a transparent communication, and also consistency and integrity. These sort of things are crucial for ethical business practices understanding. So how well the practices are aligned with the business purposes. Business purposes based on the mission statement or mission of the company and also vision of the company. The values also should be supporting and in line with the ethical concerns as well. Organizations, regardless of their size, they are not creating only value with the financial outcomes. They are creating value with their contributions in different areas. And as we defined in terms of satisfying the needs of their stakeholders, for instance, satisfaction of the employees, this is a contribution. And taxes, they're helping local government or the central government with the contribution of their taxes. And with their social responsibility activities and the practices, they will also help the organization as well. So what else? Innovative ideas. They're promoting innovative approaches to the product or services that also helps and the development of the community as well. So we can say that this is an improvement process. Employee development. Personally, as an individual in an organization, the people are expecting a plan by the organization as well. So this is employee development and also employee performance as well. So organizations should regard all those things as a whole more than financial objectives. There is a close relationship between financial objectives and ethical business practices, because sometimes they can be conflicting each other. As the high passion of achieving financial objectives, some of the ethical values can be ignored as an instance, as a case. And a long time ago, it's 22 years ago, I think, as I remember, in the United States, there was a big scandal, was known as the Enron scandal. It was an auditing scandal. Some of the auditing reports have been manipulated through a compromise with their customer companies. And later on, these ethical concerns and the ethical practices have been placed in the business textbook as well. At least there is always a chapter regarding this ethical and the leadership, ethical approaches, and ethical values as well. So the businesses, they are responsible to the society and communities as well, not only towards their customers. They also have some responsibilities to the society and community, because this is a mutual relationship. The businesses are receiving from the community and society, and they should also give back to that society and community. The main purpose of these social responsibility activities is to achieve this purpose. So here, according to the Peter Drucker, that's why he defines more than one objective of the organization as almost 10 areas to develop objectives for the organization. Okay, so any questions so far? The time, yeah, okay, we got. After 18 minutes, we'll be having a break. So hopefully I'll be finishing the first part of today's session before the break. Any question? Anything that you want to say on this matter? Okay. Good. There are some key considerations on responsible leadership and having some values. Very successful organizations you're going to see, such as the Tesla, Microsoft. They create the values, but it's not only for the outsiders, for the customers or for the suppliers. They keep it as at the heart of their business culture, because it gives them a power to manage their relationship to the external stakeholders. So in terms of reputation, for instance, okay, what values you have? So mostly by the customer point of view, we directly focus on the quality of the product or services. But it gives us more than the quality, okay? Because as soon as you buy a product or service, a relationship starts with the business or with the company or with that brand. So that's why the values will be enhancing this connection between the external stakeholders and the company. And mission vision, they also have to create the relationship to a brand name. So in the second part of today's session, we'll be talking about organizational culture. So culture completely about the values of the organization, and the values and the beliefs. On the one side, there are a visual side. Visual side includes the brand name, logo, symbol, stories, okay, these sort of things. But within the organization, in internal processes, these values also are working as the oil to accelerate and to boost the processes. Okay, so the equality was also mentioned by the Costa, but this will be always a key concept in organizational values: equality, the treatment of the people. Any person in an organization wants to be treated as well as or as equal as the others. Okay, so equality. This equality issue is also resulting some of the undesired cases. At least is the reason of the poor performance, first of all, inequality. Another thing, managing some processes requires to employ the people with equal opportunity and diversity. There are lots of studies, academic studies regarding this matter. What is this? The relationship between diversity and organizational outcome, diversity and creativity, diversity and productivity. There is always a positive correlation between diversity and organizational productivity and creativity as well as the scope of the diversity is widening the organizations are taught as more productive and more creative. But this is not only for this purpose. It is also related to equality within the organization as well. That's why all these three concepts, equality, diversity, and inclusivity, they are considered as the key elements of any business culture from the customer point of view or from the employee's point of view. Okay, so that's why those are the key concepts can be taught. So one more thing with these values. What is the role of the values in competition? In any industry, organizations have some rivals, competitors. An organization tries to create an advantage over the others. This is known as the competitive advantage. What could be competitive advantage of the companies? Anything that you can say as an example, any specific example as a competitive advantage of any company? It is
Service.
superior to others.
Service delivery.
Service delivery, perfect. What else? Means that you are doing it as an organization better than the others. Service delivery, for instance. This is the thing that you are doing better than the others. Okay, so very good. What else?
Demand.
Demand. What do you
Competition
mean by
means-
demand?
Well, competition means there's a market there. There's a
Okay.
demand there.
Okay, so from the company point of view, let's assume that you've got your own company and that competition. What is your superior thing or superior asset? Doing that better than the others. What is this? For instance, digitalization. You are doing this better than the others. You've got a specific technology. None of the other competitors in the industry have that technology for it. It could be your competitive advantage. The people that you have, okay, your human resources, that could be your competitive advantage over the others in the industry. Or what else? Your location, for instance. Your location could be your competitive advantage, as none of the others in the industry have the similar location advantage. What else? Could be marketing strategy. Prices or pricing strategy could be competitive advantage. Okay. What else? Your business strategy could be, okay. Your business strategy, cost leadership strategy, differentiation strategy, or focus strategy, whatever it is you're implementing, that could be your competitive advantage over others as well. But it doesn't matter. A sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, let's say that one of those things is our competitive advantage. What's the meaning of the sustainable competitive advantage? What could it be? For instance, you have the advantage of the technology. Okay, you've got it. Machinery, equipments. Okay, those are your competitive advantages. So can any competitor imitate those things? You've got a machine for its machinery, but one of the others can purchase the same machinery, is that right? Or same equipment. So at that point, no longer that could be your competitive advantage. Okay. In order to have a sustainable competitive advantage, it should be having some characteristics. What sort of characteristics are those? It should be inimitable. None of the others should be easily able to imitate it. Okay. It should be rare as well. Rare means it should be unique. Okay. The third thing, it should be valuable. Okay, valuable means it can be converted into a value. This value could be profit, productivity, or that could be bringing you a higher market share Okay, that could give you an innovative approach in your processes. It doesn't have to be only increase in sales or increase in income, okay? So it could create a better, a more effective and efficient production process, for instance. But that's why it should be valuable, we say. Okay, and if these characteristics are owned by the organization in terms of creating a competitive advantage, that could be sustainable. Sustainable means you should be able to use your resources efficiently and effectively. Okay, I'm sorry, I've just seen the chat box. So intellectual property, copyright, exactly, that could be also superior to others in terms of intellectual property. And it's going to be, actually it's gaining more importance than usual because, you know, in today's world, it's becoming a worldwide business philosophy and business practices could be easily imitated. Okay, the business models, for instance, Uber, for instance, Uber is a very good business model, bringing drivers and the customers on a platform and which provides both all the parts a very efficient solutions, but it could be imitated. But still, the Uber is one of the best in this business, means that they have a core competence and a competitive advantage over the others. What is this? If they are still market leader, okay, should be a sustainable competitive advantage. Rather than having an application or technology or a business model, they've got a very special thing to themselves. It keeps them a more competitive and also a market leader in the industry. Okay, so copyright things and also these assets belongs to the organization will be superior and will be prior to the businesses. Sustainability also, as a general concept, means that using existing resources regarding features needs. Okay, so it means that rather than using all the resources for the existing businesses, let's say that recycling systems, as we give an example over the Patagonia, okay, what were they doing? They were recycling the apparels, right? Worn wear. Okay, what are they doing? They are fixing used clothes and used apparels to use it in the long run or longer. Okay, so it's a part of the sustainability. In terms of sustainable competitive advantage, we can also discuss the importance of using existing resources regarding next generation's needs as well. Okay, and next generation's expectations, social responsibility activities, responsible leadership. Okay, and they are all parts of the sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, good. Any question? Okay, no question. Good. Okay, I'll get some, more as let me discuss this slide, then we can go over. Okay, here we can explore some of the key aspects of the responsible business and also the sustainability altogether, as you have seen. There are two main approaches over here, you can see here. What are the key things for businesses to think about and will be useful to us per all the stakeholders? do really businesses care about being responsible? In order to assess their seriousness on this matter, if the ethical concerns or regarding brand reputation, engaging with the ethical and the guidance and ethical practices, are they placed in their strategy? Okay, so do they have a strategic approach towards the responsible leadership? And in terms of that, how they practice it. So responsiveness of the businesses will be also an indicator how far they care about the responsible business. So by using that, like a specific example, they can improve their reputational impact. Fair trade, for instance. This is exactly itself as a practice, and they are assessed by the businesses. Reputational impact. Those are the companies have philosophy of fair trade. What's the meaning of the fair trade, right? We'll be shedding a light on it. Fair trade means that being sustainable, being ethical towards their customers, towards their suppliers, towards their employees, towards their competitors, okay? Whoever are their stakeholders, they are treating all people with those values. Okay, that's good. There is a specific brand over there had been created regarding responsible business. Or is it symbolic? Means that rather than practicing it, they're just putting the values over there and keeping it like that, but nothing in terms of practice. Okay, and even it's not placed in their strategy development process. It doesn't have a strategic importance for the business. So it means this is only symbolic and the approach towards the responsible business and brand reputation. Okay, so maybe this is the question as a customer. Let's say that this is a fair trade approach. Does it influence you in buying behavior? And you think that that attracts you to buy that product more than the others. So next question could be, does it really give a competitive advantage to the company who implements these practices? Okay, so we can think of it in break time. I think we can give a 10-minute break. Jess, is that okay to give a break at the moment? 10 minutes?
Yep, that's absolutely fine. So if we can all break for 10 minutes, be back by 2:10 before we go on to the next bit. So grab a tea, grab some food, whatever you need to do, and I'll see you at 2:10.
Okay, see you then.
Thanks, everyone. Hi everyone, welcome back. Let me know when you're all back. Looks like we got pretty much everyone back, I would say. People might just be finishing up their lunch and keeping cameras off, but good to get back into it, Salman.
Yes, all right. Oh, hi all. I hope you had a good break. So, yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, so I think you can see my presentation. Yeah, this is where we stop. Okay, so this is an example from Patagonia once again, and it's on their mission statement. Now, what they say, they are in business to save their home planet. As they have a priority and as they care about the planet's safety, they put it in their mission statement and they say that we are in business to save our home planet. To do this, what values do they have? Building the best product. This best product in terms of quality, okay? This is the first thing. Because if you care about the planet, you need to also care about the people. And causing no unnecessary harm means that they avoid to use chemicals and harmful inputs in their products. And they use business to protect nature. As well as they can do, they're trying to keep their products and the processes natural. Use business to protect the nature. Not bound by convention. So they open the innovation in terms of keeping planet natural, and they also are open to any innovative and creative ideas to make environment sustainable. Those are the parts of their mission statement and also core values. If we understood well, and can I ask you some of the example mission statements, and can you guess and which industry they belong to? I know it's very difficult to guess the company, but at least you can try to guess what industry it is. Okay, let me start from the first. Because they are very generic statements, it is very difficult to guess it. And one of the best known company this is, okay? The mission statement is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. What industry could it be? To accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Any guess?
Someone like Shell or
Say.
an energy company, ExxonMobil.
Okay. No. It's a transition from a traditional.
Tesla?
Yes, Tesla. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Because Tesla is leading, the automobile manufacturing industry with the transition from a conventional energy system into a new version. Even though the other companies, such as Toyota, for instance, right? It is another car manufacturing company, and there are also electrical cars and also hybrid cars. But okay, I'm so sorry. I will check it again later on. I'm sorry for Courtney. I've got your answer here. Tesla is correct. And also Jess. Yeah, exactly. So one more example. Let me give you that. Okay, I think you can guess it. It's easier. and it's already their business is closely reflected on their mission statement to inspire humanity, both in the air and on the ground. What industry could be to inspire humanity, both in the air and on the ground? So in terms of that, let me check the chat box because I've got some answer. Yes, very good, Aaron. Airline industry, that's perfect. Yeah, exactly. So this company is JetBlue. Okay, this is the mission statement of the JetBlue company. Okay, good. You are doing very good. Okay, very generic statement is coming now. It might be very difficult to guess it because the industry is very strange, let me tell you that. Spread ideas. That's it. This is the mission statement. It's very simple. Spread ideas. It didn't sound like Rainier. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. Spread ideas. What could it be? Have you heard anything about it? It's one of the best known platform, Google. It's a good try. Yeah, it could have been, but not Google. Let me tell you. Because the Google also is doing that. Google, what else could be? And they are giving opportunity to the scholars, to the experts, let me tell you that, to give a speech. And by the way, they're providing a platform to express. Yes, exactly, Adam. Very good. Yeah, Jess, yeah, 100%. It's TED or TED Talks, let's say that. TED Talks, and they, as a company, yes, they've got these missions, spreading ideas. And one more, as I guess you are in the business world, you're very familiar with this, to connect the world's professionals, to make them more productive and successful. It's very predictable, I think. Oh, Jess, you are very, very quick. Yes, exactly. LinkedIn. This is the mission statement of. So as you can see, you can understand the business of the company over their statement, mission statement, because this is the purpose of that. Whatever they are doing or why do they exist? So we can understand from their mission statement. Yeah, let me. Okay. And this is the very good one because obviously they are defining themselves and with their business to build the web's most convenient, webs means the internet based, most convenient, secure, and cost-effective payment solution. This is the mission statement. I think you will be guessing it, yes. And once again, Aaron and Jess, yes. PayPal, yeah, PayPal is correct. Stripe is a sort of thing, the same thing, in the same industry, yes, very good, but they don't have these. And I think if I don't know, if I'm not wrong, this PayPal is the first mover in this industry. Yes, PayPal. That's why they have very good mission statement, very simple. If you ask this question, you can understand their business easily. What is your business? Yeah, they say it in their mission statement. Let me ask some other vision statements. You are very good at understanding mission statements, okay? Yeah, okay, let's have a look here. Okay. It's not easy to guess over the vision statement, let me tell you that, compared to mission statement. Just a second. Okay. To be the most creative organization in the world, it could be a little bit irrelevant. Let me tell you that. To be the most creative organization in the world, because when I saw it, I'm surprised. So you can think that this is a technology company or information technology company, but it's not. Say this is the vision. BBC. Yeah, it's very difficult to guess it. It's the vision statement of the BBC. And very simple vision, and maybe you can guess it. To make people happy. This is the vision of the company. That's why they are creating entertainment products, let's say. And a US-based company, this is. Not Netflix. But is in the same entertainment industry. Yeah, they are operating. This is Disney. Yeah, Disney is a company. And one of that, Adam, you're right. To provide access to the world's information in one click. All can guess it, and all you know it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Google. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is very good. And okay, I will understand how well you are able to use the social media over this example. Capture and share the world's moments. Capture and share the world's moments. Oh, yes. Yes, Instagram. Yeah, this is the vision statement. Okay, that's all good. So why is it important? Once again, let me tell you that with respect to this vision, they're designing and their organizations and their operational processes. Everyone should know it. Within the organization, it is the expected thing, because when I was working at a company, there was an inspection and also in what is the thing that to have a quality award, it was the fundamental thing. If all the organization members know their mission and the vision statement, because this is the assumption, if all the people know their mission and the vision, they can handle the problems easily with respect to their mission and the vision. What is your purpose? Our purpose is to make people happy. Okay, what the problem you have got? You've got a problem in our filmmaking process, for instance. Okay, how important is it? If the vision statement says that making people happy, this is one of the biggest challenges in this organization, that should be sorted out. So you need to employ all the resources to fix it, okay? So priority of the problems can be sorted out with respect to the vision statement of the organization, okay? That's why it is important. Okay, good work. Thank you very much, and for your contributions. Okay, and this is another company as an example with the involvement of the responsible and the business. Here, their vision is to will a better world for all people, our planet, and the future. It's a very, very comprehensive vision statement, and it's very challenging, I think. To achieve this vision, transparency is the first step towards a new culture, as it includes the responsible management and the responsible business, and a culture of openness and accountability, a culture of responsibility and trust. So we can easily identify here the values: being accountable, being responsible, trustful, and being open to the new culture and the values. Pashakwiti was a pioneer of radical transparency in the fashion supply chain. The transparency, even though it is mostly cited and mentioned by all the businesses, in practice, it is, difficult to implement it. And sometimes the data protection policies can be used as an argument by the businesses in terms of implementation of this practice. But this company is one of the best in terms of managing this transparency against the their stakeholders, means that the community where they are responsible for, and also their customers and their suppliers as well. That's why it is very, very challenging vision statement by this company. And we talk about it here, spreading ideas. This is the mission statement. So DED, as you know, this is a global company and global community, including people from different disciplines, different backgrounds, different cultures, and they're able to provide a very short videos and the conferences and the speeches. So they help the world being a better place. And also it is also increasing the perspectives on existing issues, means helps being creative. Okay, so this is another one. This is going to be okay, so someone is drawing it. This is another example. We aim to be the best communications organization in the world. Our purpose is to provide the best solution to our customers' communication needs and to become the most respected and profitable insurance company in the United States. Okay, those are the other examples. So there are some differences in terms of purpose and the mission. Okay. Our purpose, say that, it's one of the objective, okay? But it looks like a vision statement of the organization. Does it say here, when you ask the question, if it gives us the business of the company, let's say that our purpose is to provide the best solution to our customers' communication needs. So we can understand this company is operating in telecommunication industry. Okay, this is good, all good. How to do this? By providing best solutions, okay? So it could be a mission statement of the organization. We aim to be the best telecommunications organization in the world. Could it be mission or vision of the organization? What do you think? We aim to be the best telecommunications organization in the world. What is your business? Why do you exist? We exist to be the best telecommunications organization in the world. Does it give any reference to satisfying any need? Yes, telecommunication needs, all right? So your business is providing telecommunication services. We understand it. But if they say that to be the best telecommunication, how will you be the best telecommunication? You can do it by offering the product or services at lower cost, okay? That's good. You can be the best. Or you can have the highest market share in the industry. Does it make you the best? It could be, okay, you could be the best. Or you can be the most innovative company in telecommunication industry, so you can be the best telecommunication company in the world as well. In what way you will be the best telecommunication company or organization in the world, right? That should be identified as well. To become the most respected and profitable insurance company in the United States. If these mission statements should be more correct, there should be something mentioned in these statements. For instance, to become the most respected. Okay, what's the meaning of the being most respected? And profitability is very measurable. Okay, it's we can calculate it if this company is the most profitable or the profitable one or not. Okay, but as its nature of the business, that should satisfy some needs. Okay, how will you satisfy the needs of the people? Being respected company, will it satisfy the needs of your customers? Being profitable company, does it satisfy the needs of your customers? From customer point of view, you will like to have a company, or you will like to have shopping with a company. It is the most profitable in the industry, or it offers you the best solutions in terms of quality and services, and also the prices, okay? From the customer point of view, we always regard those things: quality, price, flexibility, for instance, could be also an indicator, but we rarely care about the market standing, market position of the company, profitability of the company, or these sort of things, okay? So here, those are some samples for the mission statement. In your peer review session, you will be having a study, okay, and the class, but just I will let you know whatever it is for your own organization, okay? So you will be assessing your own mission statement with respect to some criteria here. It has been outlined on your slides. So those are the criteria. Are you able to provide direction for organization decision-making, actions, and resource allocation by your mission statement? Does it help you to set a direction for your organization? Does it help you to make your decisions? Does it help you to take some actions for resource allocation or not? Or does it cover all the stakeholders? Okay, it means that your customers, if you've got employees, people, and customers, competitors, they're all in your mission statement, or does it include it? And your mission statement, is it capable of rallying employees and inspiring customers? Okay, so as you have seen in some of the examples like TED or like Tesla, for instance, right? It's very inspiring mission statement. So what do you think about your own mission statement? Is it inspiring, aspirational, and enduring to guide the organization in the future? Okay, does it give any perspectives for the future achievements? Okay, this is another criteria. And reflective of responsible leadership. And as we discussed in the last part of the session, in terms of ethical values, in terms of sustainability, okay, in terms of diversity, equality, have you got anything in your mission statement? Or does it give any reference? It doesn't have to be directly involved in your mission statement. It could give an inspiration and some reflections on these matters as well. Okay, so with respect to that criteria, later on in your peer review session, going to be on campus, you will be discussing it. Okay, so here, okay, this is the Disney Institute mission and the purposes here. Mission covers what we do. Purpose includes why we do it. Okay, this is the main difference. And so mission will be shaping, operating the business. Strategic decisions are taken regarding their mission statement and motivational aspect. It inspires all the people and organization, and it provides a focus on a specific point. So it gives, as I told you, if you've got any problem and if you would like to fix it, the mission statement will be helping you to focus on a specific area. And in order to building a company, you need to set the direction. So mission statement will be helping you to set a correct direction and laying bricks. Organizations are the compositions of the different functions and different departments and the units and the processes. All these different parts have been or are being unified through the mission statement. Okay. Even parking cars, it says, what's the relationship? What's the meaning of the parking cars? Okay. So if the mission ensures attitudinal or behavioral approach, so it could be also helping how to park the cars in the car, car park. That could be also. It's very extreme example in terms of identifying the difference between the mission and the purpose. Purpose is simply could be developed for any purpose within the organization, mainly for any business function. The purposes could be defined. And so here, let's say that building a company could be a purpose, or creating happiness could be a purpose. Okay, so it could be implemented in any part of the organization, like the mission statement. Even though the mission statement is more comprehensive to the purposes, okay, because it brings all the different functions and the departments on a common purpose. This common purpose is the mission statement of the organization. Okay, so as I understood, I'm going very slow because we've got only 25 minutes, and so I'll be going over as well. Organizational culture as well, I'm sorry. Yeah. Last two examples for this part. Whole Foods Market. Whole Foods Market, do you know what company is it? I like this company in terms of their HR and the practices, because in some departments they are employing people and as a team decision. What I mean by team decision, the employees are deciding who to employ because they are looking for a teammate. As they are looking for the teammate, they will be helping each other with respect to some criteria to recruit the best talent among the applicants. So not only the HR department or HR people are in charge of managing this process, also the people in the department where they are looking for a new candidate are involved in decision-making process for employment process as well. It's a different approach, and with respect to the traditional approach on human resource management. Okay, so all good. And their purpose is to nourish people and the planet. Okay, so how do they do this? By providing good, not only goods, somehow some services as well. Harley Davidson, their purpose, fulfilling dreams of personal freedom. It's their purpose, and they make it. See, they take it seriously. And while freedom means different things to different people, it's a bond that brings Harley Davidson customers, employees, dealers, suppliers, and enthusiasts together. Okay, there's some of the purpose statements from different industries. Banks, they help people to achieve their dream, whatever their dream, but I think the dreams cannot be bounded with having some financial resources or financial and assets. Beverage company, we benefit and refresh. Good. Bread company, we nourish life. Consumer product company, we make life fun and easy. Entertainment company, we make people happy, like Disney. Financial company, we build value. Insurance company, we provide peace of mind. I'm not sure if they provide peace of mind. Sometimes they provide lots of problems. So, but it's their purpose, it's their nature. Internet company, we connect people to possibilities. And medical group, we preserve and improve human life. And nonprofit organization, we reduce poverty. Means that the poverty is decentralized over the involvement of the civil and participation and volunteer participation. That's why this is the purposes. Okay, so we will be having another workbook activity on Thursday. So I'm going to refer this activity there. So hopefully you will be having. Section 2 is on internal culture. Internal culture. So overall, and it means something, culture. It is the combination of some values and the beliefs. If this is a specific community, country, okay, they've got some common shared values and the beliefs, okay? So some of those values come from the religion, right? For instance, okay, could be, or some of the values come from the ancient times, okay? So it is a tradition. from generation to generation, it is transmitting. But whatever it is, there are some specific values as we discussed in the first part, and that will be shaping organization structure as well. Organizations are the entities are developed on a structure. This is organization structure, and this structure gains a body through these cultural reflections. An organization's culture is shaped and influenced by their mission, vision, and the values. It's the way how the companies do things around there. Means vision and the mission identifies what to do and why to do, and culture helps how to do, okay, in an organization. The core values, as an example here, are the cornerstones of our internal culture. They are the ways in which we want our employees to think and behave. First of all, let me tell you why we differentiated internal culture and external culture. If you remember the stakeholders of an organization, what we got employees, okay, staff, customers, suppliers, competitors. They are the external part of the organization. Could be some differences in terms of values are basis in internal operations and external relations. That's what we've got here, a differentiation as internal culture. So in this workplace, how do we work together? Is teamwork basis for working here? Or maybe individual working is a better habit or better practice in this organization? So it is shaped by the organizational culture. How do you work with and for clients? What sort of approach is displayed by the employees in that organization? And what is important to the team? Okay, so the output or relationship, okay? One of them can be prior to another one. What is important to the team? Or team spirit, for instance. It could be the most important thing in the team. What are the core values that cannot be compromised? Okay, means that there might be 50 values in this organization, but only 3 of them could be core values. Okay, diversity, for instance, it is our core value. Equality, it is another core value. Okay, what else could be? Integrity, for instance. This is the 3rd core value. It depends on the organization. And the others, saving planet, okay, efficiency, for instance, this could be also a value for the organization, but that could be the other values. What are the aspirational values we are working towards, okay? Could be any value provide an aspiration to the individual in the organization. Yes, here. Let's see that. The differentiation comes from here, like iceberg. Iceberg, you know, there are 2 parts, above the water, on the water, and under the water. Means that this external part of the culture is easily seen by the customers, by the suppliers, and by some of the suppliers can see some of the reflections of the internal culture, but mostly it is the part of external and reflections. And the local government, local society, they directly observe the external part of the culture. So what do they see? You don't know, for instance, a company, Marks and Spencer, this is the first time you see this company, okay, as an outsider. What do you think? What do you see? First, you see the logo of the company, okay, M&S. Next, is there any symbol to define this company? You observe it. What else? What is the color MS using? Do you know it? Marks and Spencer. What color? As background. Sorry? I can't hear you well, Mustafa. If your microphone is open, I can't hear you well.
Feel free, if your microphone's not
and
working,
white.
type in the chat box.
No, yeah, that will be good. Is it green?
Green
Or
and white.
blue? Yeah, green, yeah. You know it, because in terms of external reflection, we do remember it, okay? Yeah, good. So logo. Oh, okay, Mustafa, that's all right. Okay. And behaviors. How do you see it? When you go to a Marks and Spencer shop, you will be treated by the employees, by the staff, okay? If you are being treated well, okay, you got some positive reflections from the company. If you got some negative, attitudes coming from the staff, so you'll be having negative things. So here, behaviors, slogans. Do you have any slogan on this company? Marks and Spencer? So you don't remember, so it means that it's not making any sense in terms of your expectations, so you don't have to. But what we know, the other companies such as Nike, the logo of Nike, we almost memorize it, okay, we know. But if I tell you that, can you draw the logo of the Nike? I don't think you'll be able to draw it exactly. Even the Apple, for instance, right? We know, most of us know the logo of the Apple. It's an observable part of that culture. Okay, what is the thing? A bitten apple, right? We know that. But if I tell you that, can you draw it, please? The logo of the Apple. I don't think you will be able to draw it exactly. But what is the first thing? In terms of impression, the logo first comes to our mind. Do you know the story of that beaten apple? This is the part of that organization culture. Mostly it works for the internal part of the culture, but we may know it as well as an external reflection, okay? What is this? Stories, okay? Stories of the organizational culture. And physical settings, okay, that's all good. It could be, what could be, for instance, Googleplex. Do you know the Googleplex? What is this, Googleplex? Googleplex is the headquarters of the Google, okay? It is exactly a good reflection of the organizational culture over there. There is high flexibility, okay, in that workplace with wide range of the facilities are provided to their staff, okay? So it is believed that is exactly shows how organizational culture works in that organization. So here, there is a relationship between the values, culture, staff. Best staff means in terms of understanding the culture, reflecting and displaying all the behaviors based on the core values and organizational values. And it helps also to create a strong brand for that organization. This is the relationship between culture, values, branding, and having best staff. Okay, so what are the things under the water? As you have seen here, underlying beliefs. It comes from the leaders first, okay? How do the leaders believe it? Or what are their core values? And how well the employees will be espousing these values, okay? As a founder, as an entrepreneur, I've got some values, but I need to make sure if those values are really help this organization or not. If I think that, so I should let the employees or the members of the organization espouse those values as well. And these understood values should be converted into behaviors, okay? Behaviors. So attitudes, feelings, and behaviors will be observable part of the organizational culture. Okay, Marks and Spencer was an example over here. Okay, let's go ahead with Screwfix. This is another company. There are some reasons here to identify the reasons of being successful of this organization. How they build up a culture to be successful. They create somewhere people love to work. It's about creating a workplace with the involvement of the people with their own understanding of the culture. And also is another thing, they never give up to grow organization. So consistency is the second key aspect of their success. Promote from within means that the advancement opportunities are given to existing people in the organization, and developing an award-winning mentality. They always put challenges in the organization to achieve, and as well as the people are able to achieve that, they are rewarded. A rewarding system is appealing the interests of the people. Listen to your people. Give opportunity to voice their opinion. Okay, this is very, very important. And with respect to that point, open door policies are really crucial to gain confidence, trust, and engagement of the people in workplaces. That's why listening to people is very good point in terms of having a success in workplace. Don't lose local roots. The connection with the community, local community, is always helpful, but here at this point, it depends on the company how well managing to get it as the competitive advantage. And creating a customer-centric experience, and always the focus of the organization's operations and organizational culture is on customers' expectation. Keep it simple in terms of designing the processes, designing the departments, and reflecting it to the customer experience, keeping it simple. Okay, this is another key aspect, and give something back. As I told you before, this is a mutual relationship between the people, potential customers. Let's assume this is the community and the company. Means that the businesses are taking from the community and they're supposed to give back to the community as well. If these mutual relationship is managed well by the business, that will be an advantage of business in the industry. Aim to recruit and retain the best people. In HR management systems, we mostly focus on recruiting the best to the organization, but in today's world, the mobility in the industries are increasing. So it is more important than recruiting the best talents to keep them within the organization. So retention strategies are very important. So this is the last point, or as a key activity or key practice by the Screwfix, and they have got good retention strategies. Okay, so more insight, culture, and values. More Insight is another company. Their vision is to be globally recognized experts in the digital change and transformation of organization to the highest standards of quality, integrity, innovation, and collaboration. As you have seen, in their vision statement, they clearly defines their core values. What are the things? Highest standards of quality, integrity, innovation, and collaboration. Means that this is the external reflection of the culture, and also this is the core values of internal part, internal organization culture. So all the staff, all the people should be committed to these values, and they should be used as the basis for their behaviors and attitudes towards the external stakeholders. So what are the benefits of having these values in their success? They clearly articulated the vision, mission, values, and the purpose. The next thing, they embedded ways of working. These cultural values are reflected and embedded on operational processes as well. And to help people for understanding all these values and exposing these values, they've got a continuous training programs, okay? Continuous training programs and developmental programs as well. Artifacts such as achievement of ISO management system certification. For what value they are doing this? High standards of quality. They are certifying their quality standards by ISO management systems. So, this is a system to set a quality standard in organization, and this is certified and authorized by these organizations. So, and the last thing, the reflection of the organizational culture and the values. It helps organization to provide employee engagement. Employee engagement, what's the meaning of that? Employee engagement is understood and measured how long the employees work for that company. Means that why you work for an organization in the long term and for the longest time, because you're happy there, you're satisfied with your work, you're satisfied with your colleagues, okay, you are very satisfied with the treatment over there, with approach of your managers, your leaders, your colleagues in the organization. So the long-term commitment is one of the reflection of the employee engagement. Another thing, retention of talent, means that your skills, your contributions are appreciated in that organization. So you are being recognized, you are appreciated. That keeps you in the organization as well. Or you know that you are being equally treated, okay? You have got opportunities as well as the others. And also in addition to do that, you've got your advancement opportunities. It is provided by our organization and improvement of business results. And you know that this is the belief. You are making contribution to goal achievement of the organization, means you are valuable for that organization. And increased productivity and profit. As a result of this engagement, organization is more likely to make higher profit and higher productivity. So individual commitment and engagement is linked to the organizational performance as well. Okay, that's why it is very important to have employee engagement. Okay, so yeah, this is the last slide. Developing a compelling employee experience in an organization. Okay, so in terms of recruitment process, this is the interaction point with the organization. What first impression does the company make? Let's say that you are the applicant, the first time you will be confronting the people from the organization. Okay, what is your first impression? Or what are the things, first impression, does the company make? In pre-boarding process means that, let's say that you had the interview and so you were successful, then you have been given offer. Next, pre-boarding. What's the meaning of that? Before starting to work over there, you're given some instructions. So what information is provided and how are processes handled? So just consider those sort of things, right? If you had any experience regarding those processes. Onboarding, so which includes induction and initial training. So how quickly does an employee come on board? Is the induction process effective? Means that you started to work, after 1 month, you have been invited for the induction process, okay? So if it is, or immediately after you start to work, so you are given induction, for instance. What are the differences? And if the induction process was effective or not. So relevant resources, have they been provided to you? Or the staff, how they approach to you? Okay, these sort of things. Benefits. What are the key benefits? Are they valid for you? Ongoing learning and development. Is there any opportunity given to you for development? Ongoing engagement and communication. How often are communications delivered? Do employees feel informed? Okay. Is there any open communication between people in the organization? Rewards and recognition. What are the rewards? How is performance recognized and measured? Okay, and managed? Performance planning and review. What is the performance review process? Is it effective or not? Promotion and other advancement opportunities. Are there career pathways and advancements? And the last, retirement, resignation, and termination. What are the processes? Okay, with respect to all of these interaction points as a whole in HR system, and you can assess your employee experience in any organization. That could be a bunch of questions to assess the employee experience in an organization. There is another workbook activity for Thursday session. So before the session, I will recommend you to read and have a look at these practices and these exercises. It will help you to practice it in peer review session. Okay, next time you will be having, okay, branding. My session, I think. Let me have a look. Just a second, please. I stopped share, but I need to confirm if. Okay. Yeah.
The next section is develop a marketing strategy. So build a brand
Okay.
is the section
Okay.
6. Yeah.
Have you got any
Perfect.
question?
Is there
Oh,
any
sorry.
questions for Stallman before we go?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Do you have any resources? Because a lot of that was very top level ideas and very, very big companies, and a lot of us are small companies. So do you have any resources to actually do any of that? Because it's all very like up in the sky. I think a lot of people like of the newer generations question these big overarching mission statements of like how a company can create products but save the planet. They're all very like old school corporate, and I don't think a lot of the new generation really kind of relate to that. So is there any more relevant for small business resources that we can tap into?
Yeah, I think
rather than trying to make like we're going to be the best in the world at this. It's not really relevant.
And in first practice on Thursday session, you will be discussing, okay, for your own organization, how to create it. As it's going to be a peer review session, you will be having some criteria, a couple of questions, okay, regarding this. These questions will be helping you to outline a proper mission statement for your own organization. It doesn't have to be, as you mentioned, for a big organization, saving the planet or something else. But in terms of your industry, regarding your industry, you will be having some assumptions, right? Simply. But don't skip those questions, okay? I think there are some, as a criteria, there are 5 questions to address your own mission statement, okay? That will help. And then have you checked the workbook?
Yeah, I understand creating a mission statement. I think we can all create those things, but I think what we're really looking for is help in templating to actually implement those things. We can all say, oh, we're going to be the best in our industry at this. Everyone can make one of those mission statements, but what are the resources to help us implement that? All those 10 points that you just put on a slide, how do we do those things?
Yeah, let me have a look. If I can provide you as an additional resource, I can put it on the platform, okay?
Okay, thanks.
So between now and Thursday, I'll follow up on that question as well, Lydia, and
yes,
see
please,
if
Jess.
Alan, if Alan has anything else as well that he suggests. I'll try to get some resources or some other resources.
Do you understand what I mean? It's all just very big picture stuff, and like I think I'm specifically looking for more drilled down small business relevant advice,
Yeah.
not kind of what
Yeah.
a business plan is. It's just a bit too big and vague, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
exactly.
Apply
I
that to
completely
my
Exactly.
business.
Yep, no, that's absolutely fine. Leave it with me and I'll try and get some resources by Thursday and upload them to the platform. I'll email Alan about it now. Is there any other questions? No? Fantastic. Thanks everyone for joining. Peer group sessions on Thursday. Again, let me know if you can't make it or if you would like to make a different session. They're running from 10 till 11, 11 till 12, 12:30 till 1:30 and 1:30 till 2:30. So if you want to join a different session, please do let me know. And otherwise have an amazing couple of days and I will see you all on Thursday. Try and get a bit of attention on those workbooks before Thursday so that we can start discussing introducing mission and values to your businesses and what that means for you.
Thank you all. It was good to have you
Thanks,
today.
everyone.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
See you. Bye.
See you later.
Put the last couple in waiting room. Stop.